Today we're going to take a look at how you can take two separate sections and combine them into one within Blackboard. Now we're going to do this so we can take the enrollments from one section, combine it with another section, and allow the instructor to use only one section instead of the two. That's going to reduce the amount of work that they're going to have to do posting things. It's also going to open up the opportunity for all the students in both sections to communicate through discussion boards and the various other tools that are in your course. So for this example, I have two sections in my courses panel here, so you'll see there's section 100 and section 200. For this demo, I'm going to take the enrollments from section 200 and enroll them into section 100. We're going to also create some smart views so that you can differentiate between each section in the grade center for grading purposes. So to start, what we're going to do is take a quick look at the users in each section so we get an idea as to what we're about to do. So I'm going to jump into section 200 to start. In section 200, I'll go down to my users and groups and I'll click on users. So within section 200, we'll have users 15, 14, 13, 12, and 11. Alright, and I'm also the instructor of this particular course. I'm going to go back to that CSU-Pueblo tab and we'll take a look at section 100. In section 100, if I go down to my users and groups, you'll notice that I have users 1 through 10. So we have two different sections here. Now that I'm in section 100, I feel like this is the class that I want to set up for my entire semester. So section 200, we're going to just get the enrollments from that one and pull them over here. So let me do a little work first to make this class look as though it is section 100 and section 200. The first thing that I can do is I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and go into my customization tab and click on properties. I want this to indicate to my students that they're getting into section 100 or 200 depending on what they're enrolled in. So you see up here they have this DITC underscore section 100. Now that's the ID. Sometimes it's a number, sometimes it's a semester. You cannot change that particular area. But the section 100 in the parentheses can be changed. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to go ahead and I already clicked in that properties area. You see section 100. I'll click the slash and add a 200. So now when I hit submit, that's going to update this menu to see section 100/200. So let's look at it a little better now. We have section 100, 200. It's really going to indicate that this is our master class. And I'm going to go ahead and remove that notification. Just let us know that I updated the name. Now what we need to do is start setting up our ability to look at a differentiated grade center. So I'll click on grade center, and I wanted to point your attention to these two indented items. They're called smart items. What a smart item is a menu item that you're able to add to your menu here. So if you clicked on this or the test area, the assignments or test, it's going to only show assignments or tests for all the users in the course. Now that's a smart view. I don't particularly use those smart views, so we're going to take them out of the list and we're going to turn that into section 100 and section 200. I'll click on full grade center here, and I'm going to go to the manage button and I'm going to click on smart views. Now the reason those two assignments and tests are showing up is because the star was selected. So I'm going to deselect the stars. It's going to take it out of that smart view list. And now I'm going to go ahead and create two sections. So I'll click create smart view, and I'm going to click this one and click it and call it section 100. And that's going to give me an ability to name it. I could put a description if needed, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to instantly make it a favorite because I do want it to show up in that list. And then I'm going to click on this and base it on user. So this smart view is only going to show specific users. I'll go ahead and click select all because at this point I have not copied over the other set of enrollments. I just want to show section 100 as all the current users in this course. I will hit submit. And now I've created a smart view for section 100. So if I click on section 100, it's only going to list users 1 through 10 in this list. Now we do need to create section 200. So before I go and copy these enrollments over, I'm going to do a quick little trick that I've learned. I'm going to go to manage again. I'm going to click smart views. I'm going to click create smart view, and I'm going to call this one section 200. Now I'm doing this before I've copied over the enrollments, and you'll see why in just a moment. I'll click on user, I'll click select all. So at this point every user in this list has been selected. I know that's users for section 1, but we're going to use this ability to select the users right now, and you'll see the little shortcut that it works out in the future. So I'll hit submit. So for all intents and purposes, if I got to actually go to my section 200 here. I forgot to make it a favorite, but if you forget to do that, you can always click the star. That will also make it a favorite. So I'm going to refresh my view, and we should see section 100 and section 200. So everything's set up, but we actually have to get the users for section 200 to show up in this smart view. Right now, if I click it, it's still going to only load 1 through 10. Okay. So we're going to jump back into section 200. We need to copy those users out. So I'm jumping into section 200. I'm going to go over to Packages and Utilities. I'm going to click Course Copy. And I am going to select from the drop-down to an existing course. That's going to give me this Browse button here. I can click the Browse button, select the other course I want to copy to. So that's that section 100, 200 that we have been working on before. I'll hit Submit. That queues everything up. I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom of this list in section 4, and I'm going to click Include Enrollments in this copy. Now when I hit Submit, I'm going to get an error. Now this error is just letting me know that I need to select some sort of option above to make this course copy work. So I'll hit OK, and I'm going to select Tasks. I don't use tasks, so I'm going to copy over just basically a blank section, and it's going to allow me to do the copy. So you always have to select something from the up top, and then the enrollment copy on the bottom. I'll hit Submit. That's going to queue that guy up. It's going to let you know that it's been set up to be copied over, and at this stage this section is done. We don't need to work with it at all anymore. So I'm going to click over back to my CSU-Pueblo. I'm going to leave that unavailable so the students do not see us in that course. The only other reason that you get back in there is if a student adds a course later on after you've already done this combination, and you need to get their name or username and copy them over back into this new course again that we're creating. So I'm going to go back into this master course. It's going to let me know that the course copy was complete, so that's fantastic. I'm going to close out of that message, and now I'm going to go back down into this this section here. I'm going to go to the Full Grade Center for now, click on Manage, and I'm going to click Smart Views. So if you remember, I selected all the users when I was in this section 200 before, so I'm going to click the drop down and I'm going to hit Edit. This is going to give me a quick way to see the students that I just added to the course. So before I had selected everyone that was in that course, but I've added users since then, and you'll see that that's 11 through 15. Now the reason I've done this is that if you're taking alphabetized names and you're putting them together, they're really going to mesh a lot differently than these numbers. Right now it makes a lot of sense because I have 11 through 15 in this particular list, but if you had a whole bunch of names, it would be very sporadic. But this is the trick. You hold Control on your keyboard and then you click down the list. So users that were selected will be deselected, and then users that were not selected will now be selected. So you can see that I'm selecting all the users that are not in section 1 and only the users that are in section 200. I'll hit Submit, and now I am set up, ready to go, and my class can be deployed and managed from one area. Just to show this in action, if I click on section 100, you'll notice that it only lists 1 through 10, and if I click on section 200, it will list 11 through 15. So now all these users can interact together using the tools, the discussion board, but then as an instructor you're able to differentiate between the two sections within the Grade Center. This is Adam, signing off.